Time for some side split stretching. We're doing 30 minutes-ish of live side split stretching starting right now. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community because we keep coming back and keep seeing each other. And hopefully together we can make a whole bunch of progress towards our side split goals. My goal is for you to have fun, to feel like you did something impressive and awesome because you just worked on your side splits for a whole half an hour. And so I hope that means we create a nice environment that you enjoy and you keep coming back and we hang out more together. I think a comment just came in. Nope, I am just seeing things. If you are having fun, if you plan to have fun, if you want to just remember to keep coming back, hit follow, subscribe, and get notified because we do this every single day. Let's get into our side split stretches and warm ups. First thing we're going to do is obviously to warm up. And the first thing we're going to do to warm up is hip cars. Hip cars are all about moving your legs and your hips through their full range of motion. And it looks like this: high knee, as high as you can using muscle power. Open up that hip as wide to the side and keep that knee as high as possible. Rotate that leg so the ankle and the knee are both as high as possible. Also looks like you're going to kick somebody, but there's absolutely no power in it because it'd be really hard for you to have power holding it like that. All right, flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, bring that leg down and back. Feel the stretch in the front of the hip flexor, and that is 1 rep. I know it was a little slow. This might have seemed a little bit difficult, but we pick up the pace just a little bit. I was just demonstrating and being extra slow. We're going to do 10 of those on the left side, 10 of those on the right side. Then we're going to reverse the order, do 10 on the left, 10 on the right, and then we will be done with the first warm-up exercise. This is the longest one, I promise. All right, let's go. High knees. Open, ankle, down and back. High knee. Open, ankle, down and back. High knee. Open, ankle, down and back. I think that's 3. 4. If you need to grab a chair or something to help you balance, go ahead and grab something off camera. I'm pulling a chair to my side. I don't usually need it, but knowing that it's there, maybe it makes me more confident. I don't know. We'll find out. I think that's 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. So the hip cars are all about getting stronger at the end range of motion. Let's keep going. High knee, open that leg, rotate, and back. And we do these to make sure that our hips stay strong, stay mobile, and we have control so that we know what we can and cannot do because we're doing it every single day. All right, I think that's 5. 5 more, 6, 7. If you're just joining in, we just started our live side splits for the day, and we are doing hip cars. Hip cars stand for controlled articulated rotations. The little S is just for plural, and it's all about moving our legs and our hips through their full range of motion. We just did them going forward. Now we're going to do them going back. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what going backwards means. We're going to flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, pull that leg down and back behind us. Feel that stretch in the hip flexor. Then we're going to lift our leg directly up to the side. Try to keep the knee and the ankle and rotate and try to get that knee as high as possible while dropping the ankle down. And then bring that leg forward while keeping the knee as high as possible. All right, we're working on end range of motion. We're trying to control and flex all those muscles in the hip to get those results. Okay, that is 1 rep. We're doing 10. Let's go. Back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. Lift directly to the side. Lift the ankle and the knee as high as possible. Rotate the legs so the knee is high, ankle is down. Bring that knee to the front. That's 2. We got 9 more. Let's go. Or I guess 8 more. Now 7. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. See a lot of stuff coming in the chat, so I'm going to check in real quick. Shoria says, hello, I am from the US. And thank you for checking in. Oh, Shoria, we are doing some side splits today. And we're going to do a whole bunch of warm-up and pre-stretch all the muscles that we're going to need to use for the side split, and then do the side splits right at the tail end. This is going to go for about 30-ish minutes. We're already 5 minutes in. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going. Lindsay Cooper, welcome back. It's good to see you. And thank you for the roses. All right, let's keep going. Last round of hip cars going backwards. Again, if you're just joining in, these look like this. We're bringing that leg down behind us, flexing the hamstrings, flexing the glutes, feeling that stretch in the hip flexor. Then we're lifting our leg up directly to the side like we're martial artists about to kick somebody. Then we're going to rotate that leg so that the knee is as high as possible, but the ankle is sort of down. It's a little less important where the ankle is right now. And then bring that leg all the way to the front so that if I'm facing you, my knee is as high as possible directly to the front. That is one rep. We're doing 9 more. Let's go. Back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side. Ooh, my hips just cracked. I think this is 7, 8. We're almost done. 9 and 10. If I started going really fast and you're not quite done, don't worry. I talk a lot. You have plenty of time to catch up. Okay, we just finished the first of our warm-up exercises, the hip cars. We're moving into warm-up exercise number 2, the elephant walk. And the elephant walks look a little bit like this. We're going to bend and fold right at the hips and try to get into this L-shaped position. If you're a little bit more angled, that's totally fine, totally normal. We're just trying to bring our belly button down to the ground as low as we can. And since nobody spends any time in a position like this all day, this is probably your first time, which means just chill, relax. We're not trying to get too intense. We're trying to make sure you have fun and you feel good. And so let's just do a little bit of bounce bounce. I don't know why I called it bounce bounce, like your 3-year-old children. You're probably not 3-year-old children, but I called it bounce bounce. So we're going to keep going with that bounce bounce. All right. Really focus on trying to bring your belly button down and try to keep that lower back relatively straight. It's not super critical as long as you focus on your belly button, but you'll feel a difference, and it's probably good for your back muscles if you're not slouched over all the time, including when you're exercising. So try your best. All right, let's bend one knee, straighten the other leg, and again, keep trying to bring that belly button down to the ground. Now, an elephant walk is, as the name suggests, looks like walking. We're just switching our knees, which one is bent, which one's straight, and trying to keep our belly button down the whole time. So bend those knees, switch to the other side, do a little bit of rotation, see if maybe you feel a little bit of stretch in your hips if you really stick your hips out to either side, and just walk, experiment, have fun. If you're feeling like this is a little too easy and you want to take it up another level, you can try actually walking. You can take a step forward and then come back down. Having that leg straight in front of you will give you a deeper hamstring stretch. If you decide to do the opposite and you bend the knee and you try to bring your hamstring stretch into a full intense thing, you'll still feel a really intense hamstring stretch. So you can decide how you want to do it, how you want to move. As long as your hamstrings are getting worked and your knees are bending, you're going back and forth, that's all that matters. We're going to do this for 5 more seconds, and then we're going to move on to the third and final warm-up exercise and get those hips ready for some side splits. All right. I think that's 5 seconds. Let's go. Third warm-up exercise is the Cossack switch. It looks a little bit like this. Hold on. I'm gonna get rid of all of these curtains. Why are they so far forward today? All right. We're going to open up our legs about 2 times our hips width. So if your hips are here, we're going to go for about double, something like that. And we're going to point our toes out about 45, 30, 45 degrees. And it's not perfect. You can adjust at any time. This isn't hard rule. And we're going to try and drop our knees down to one side and keep our knee over the toes. What that means is when you drop down, I'm going to rotate 90 degrees so you can see what's going on with my leg, is I want your knee to be right over your toe. So it's traveling in the same line. Your knee is going the direction that your toes are pointing. I don't want your knees to go out like that. Don't want your knees to go in like that. There's a time and a place to train those movements. It is not right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep those knees and toes going the same direction, hang out, rest as much as possible in this position. I know it's a little challenging, so rest might not be the right word, but we're trying to breathe into this position so that our muscles relax. All right. So we're going to feel pressure in the front of that ankle. We're going to feel a stretch in that Achilles tendon in the back. We're going to feel pressure building in the hips. And you might feel your quads working pretty hard, trying to help you balance and keep you stable. Those are all totally normal. I want you to keep in mind, if you lean too far forward, your heel will want to come up. Try your best to keep your foot planted. The reason for that is when you have your foot planted completely, it's a little bit more stable. All right. Whew. Now that we've spent a couple of minutes, not a couple minutes, a couple seconds in that position, I want you to come to the other side. And then we will work on going from side to side. Same thing. Keep your knees over the toes and work on that ankle, the hip, and that Achilles tendon. Whew. Man, I did a leg workout today, so my legs are really tired, and so my quads are firing and telling me this is painful. Oh, okay. Let's hang out here for a little bit and let's talk about going from side to side. So the Cossack switch is a lot about this end position on either side. If you can see, trying to bring the hips and the legs down as low as possible to get into this pseudo side split position and get strong in this side split-esque position. One of the ways we're going to do that is we're going to shift our weight from side to side and take turns. You got lots of different ways to do it. An easier variation would be to put your hands down and walk your hands over to the other side. If you're a little bit stronger and you feel like you're ready for a challenge, you can stick your hands out in front of you to help counterbalance. You can try to stand up a little bit straighter and move your hips over to the other side. If that's too challenging, you can come up a little bit higher and then come to the other side and then down. And finally, we have the Cossack squat as an option. You can come all the way up and all the way down. As long as we're spending time in this end position and doing some sort of movement from side to side, it is all good with me. Okay, this is the Cossack squat. I hope you've been doing a couple of them while I've been talking about all the ways to do them, because we're just doing 5 to 10, depending on how much you want to suffer. And by suffer, I mean these are actually really good for your side splits and strengthening the muscles that are in your legs. And so the more you do, up to about 10, the more prepared your body's going to be. So take your time, do a couple, try out the different variations, put your hands down if you need to. And once you're ready to call it, it's time to move on into our next stretch. And by next stretch, I mean it's our first stretch because we were doing active warm-ups this whole time. Grab a pillow, grab a cushion. We're going to need it. We're going to pad our knees and give a little bit of love and kindness because, you know, that's kind of painful. So go grab stuff real quick. You can be an old towel that you roll up. It could be an old slipper, some shoes that you don't care about. You're just going to squish down, anything to just give a little bit of protection. While you guys go get those things, I'm going to go check the chat. Adam Sophia, welcome. I see a question mark, but I don't see a question. Travels Roxy sent a crown thing. That's awesome. Thank you. Tyler says hi. Hello. King of Coney Rockaway Beach, a New Yorker. Welcome. Senior videos. Great. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Let's keep going. I hope you got your cushion. I hope you got your towel, whatever it is that you're using to wrap your knee, protect your knee. And let's get into our hamstring stretch. What we're going to do is we're going to stick one leg down. We're going to try and keep our hips pointed squarely in one direction and stick our leg directly in front. You might be tempted as you're stretching and working really hard. Your leg might skew off to a side because you feel like you can get deeper into the stretch. Don't do that. We're just going straight in front, one direction, nothing complicated, nothing fancy. And we're going to focus on this belly button right here. We're going to try and bring it down. As you fold forward, trying to bring it down, your hamstrings will start tightening up. Why don't you take a nice big deep breath and let it go slowly. And see if maybe you can squeeze a little bit more stretch into that hamstring. Do that a couple of times. I'm going to rotate. You don't have to move. I'm just hoping to show you what my body is doing as we're doing it a little bit better. All right. Let's go into that stretch. We're going to hold this stretch for about 30 seconds, and I want you to try to apply steady pressure, or at least do little movements to try and get yourself deeper into the position. If it's really hurting, you can always dial back the intensity. You don't have to push into pain. Just push to your limits. All right. That's it. Let's go. Steady pressure, 30 seconds. Remember to breathe. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. I said don't push into pain. And I think specifically while I'm doing this, it's uncomfortable. Doesn't hurt in the way that if I stop, it will still continue to hurt. It will be uncomfortable the whole time I'm doing it. And that is the line that we want to draw. If it's totally comfortable the whole time, you're probably not stretching that hard. And if you are going so hard that it hurts after you're doing it, then you've gone too far. Somewhere in the middle. It's a very big range, I promise. You won't miss it. Okay, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, bring that leg in, come on up, and hopefully your legs are a little unhappy with you for a moment. And then as you transition to the other leg, it starts feeling not so bad and you've forgotten about it because you're about to go suffer on the other leg. And that's okay. All right, same thing. Drop onto one knee, stick that leg directly in front of you. Try to square up your hips in that same direction and fold. Try to bring your belly button down to that thigh. Feel the stretch build in your hamstring. Take a nice big deep breath. Exhale. See if you can relax into it a little bit. And it's time for 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on back out of that. If you had a pillow, a towel, a cushion, a chancla, a slipper, get rid of it. We don't need it. We are going to be just fine without any more padding for the whole rest of the splits. Okay. Fancy Pants farted and farted a lot. Okay. Jenny Softra wrote, move. Dusty asks, are we doing flexibility? Yes, we are doing flexibility. These are all really good stretches for your lower body, and we're going to do a whole bunch of different things to prepare the body for the side splits that are going to come at the end. Everything that we're going to do, everything that we've done already has been to warm up and get the body ready so that when we do the side splits, we get the most bang out of the buck. Bang for the buck? Bang, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Out of the side splits. All right, we just did the first stretch, and that was the hamstring stretch. I hope if you've tried something new today and you took a chance on the video on me that you felt like you gained something about the hamstring stretch, about folding forward, about your belly button even. And if that is the case, hit follow, hit subscribe, keep coming back. We do this every single day. All right. Stretch number 2 is the butterfly. It looks a little bit like this. We're going to sit on our butts. That's why we don't need the pillows. We're going to pull our feet in towards us, and you'll see that the knees have popped right up. That's totally normal. I want you, before we do anything else, try to use your outer leg muscles and your glutes to open up your groin. Try to bring your knees to the ground. All right. You can hold your feet together and try to do that first. Most people will be able to bring their knees down a little bit. And if you pull your feet really close to you, you might find that surprisingly, you can do it a little bit more easily. Next up, to make this stretch more intense, to really bring the knees down and open up that groin, you'd benefit from a little bit of pushing. But it's hard to push down when your body is up here. So what I recommend is going to a wall and using the wall for support. And let me show you what that means. Let's move to a wall, put your hips, your shoulder, your head against the wall. One, it will give you a nice posture you don't have to think about because you just have to touch the wall. Once you bring your legs back in and you open up those hips and try to bring your knees down, you take your hands and you apply steady pressure into the legs now. Your head, your shoulders will start pushing into the wall, and that will help you apply more weight into your legs. If you tried it earlier when you were seated over there, or when you were seated not against the wall, you'll notice an immediate difference. Let me know if I'm wrong. All right, let's go. 30 seconds. We're holding this. Flex those muscles. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. I know I'm talking the whole time, so it must sound like I have magical lungs that never run out of air, but I promise I'm breathing. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep on flexing those glutes and those outer thighs. Open the groin. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, let the hands go. Oh, whew. Relax, take a deep breath, and you might feel like your groin is a little stuck and just your legs don't want to move right now. It's totally okay, and that's also kind of normal. That's what happens when you start flexing and pulling on the muscles really hard for 30 seconds. So what I recommend is just use your hands, flap the wings of this butterfly in the butterfly stretch, and then magically you'll be like, oh, hey, look, my legs do move. That's crazy. Okay. For a moment, I forgot that they existed because it was just so painful in that butterfly stretch. But now that your legs have recovered, it's time for us to move on. We got to go do some standing pancake. Stretch number 3 is standing pancake. And it basically looks like this. We're opening up our legs nice and wide, folding at the hips, and trying to bring our head in between our legs. It is really freaking hard. So we do the standing variation because gravity gives us a lot of assistance to help pull us down because all of this upper body is getting pulled down by gravity and it makes everything a little bit easier when we have to work a little less hard. Okay, so we got two options. Once our legs are open and we're folded at the hips, you can stick your arms out. You can try to stick your butt back a little bit and just let gravity do the work. Just hang out. When you stick your arms out, you might notice suddenly the stretch got a lot harder. You're really feeling it in your legs. And that's a good thing. That's exactly what the arms are supposed to do when you stick them out. Your alternative, your second option is you can grab sort of your shins, your calves, your somewhere between the ankle and under the knee, not the actual knee, but somewhere in the middle. And you can pull yourself down with your biceps. Whew. And we'll hold that for 30 seconds. If you do that version where you're pulling yourself down, try to imagine the bottoms of your butts where the tailbone is, the sit bones. Imagine them sticking right up and into the sky. That will help you fold forward even more. All right, that's it. Let's go. 30 seconds. You can switch at any time. I can't supervise you. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. You can experiment, see if you want to open up your legs even further, stick your butt even further back, lean your chest forward. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I feel like I counted really fast, so I'm gonna just do 5 again, and 5 again, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on up and out of that stretch. If you did it correctly, you're feeling the stretch in two main places, the inner thighs, and that is because anytime you try to put your legs out that way, your inner thighs are going, hey, what the heck, that's crazy. And then the other place you're feeling that stretch is in the hamstrings. I feel it deep right underneath the glutes, and you feel the hamstrings anytime you do a forward fold because the muscle runs basically from your hip to just below your knee. And so anytime you're doing anything that shortens and contracts, or sorry, that stretches and pulls on those muscles, you're going to feel in your hamstrings. Doesn't matter if your legs are together, if your legs are apart, if you're folding, you're feeling those hamstrings. All right, that is the third of our 5 stretches. I'm going to come in real quick just to check the chat because I feel like some stuff has happened. Queen R asked, how should our back be for this move? Like straight, or is it okay to curve? Most of the time, it's okay to have a gentle curve, but I do want you to try your best to keep the back relatively straight. And part of the reason why you might benefit a little bit from keeping it relatively straight, and I'll demonstrate right now, is if we are in a hamstring stretch and you have your back relatively straight and it's sticking straight out like this, gravity is pulling much harder on it. If you just bend and go deep as possible, the lever is shortened. Like the lever is like it's extra heavy, but it's sort of up to here. Versus if you're like this lever is all the way this long. And it's like, how do I say this? If you try to hold a bottle of water out with your arm fully extended versus if you try to hold a bottle of water to your chest like this, massive difference, right? Even though the weight is the same, the further away from your body it is, the more heavy it will feel because of the lever. So most of the time, especially when we're doing stretches and we're using gravity to help, the more you straighten your back, the more assistance you'll get from gravity. And we want gravity to work as much as possible for us because it makes everything a little bit easier. Hey, welcome back. It's good to see you. Two line W. That wasn't clear. And you have hypermobility. It's nice to see exercises to do though. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Asud says, hi, good publications. I'm not sure what that means. Thank you though. Ibrahim says thank you. Oh, he says hello. Hello, Ibrahim. Welcome. All right. That's enough. Let's get back into the stretches. We just did 3 of our 5 stretches. We ended with standing pancake. Let's get into the 4th of our stretches, the figure 4 or the pigeon. The figure 4 is called the figure 4 because we bring the ankle across to the opposite side of our body, and it kind of looks like the number 4. If I pull on the shorts, maybe you'll see the legs making that line. What we're really doing is taking that leg that's across the body and bringing it up to our chest. Or if you want to think about it as bring your chest down to the leg, that is totally fine. We're feeling the stretch out here in this outer hip and inner thigh. If you are having fun, if you're entertained, if you feel like you're making good progress in your side splits and stretching because you never would do this otherwise, then please hit follow, hit subscribe, get notified. We do this every single day to practice consistency, have people keep on showing up so we can build a little bit of a community, and hopefully together we create a nice, fun environment where we all make a little bit of progress towards our goals together. Okay, back into the stretch. Where was I? We're doing either the figure 4 or the pigeon. And the figure 4 is typically done on your backs. Okay, so I'll demonstrate real quick. We're taking this leg, we're crossing it over, putting it on the opposite knee, reaching our hands through our legs to grab that knee and pulling on that to bring the knee towards our chest. I like this variation because the ankle stays here and you have all of the control. If it's too intense, let go. It's not intense enough, pull harder. The alternative is called the pigeon stretch. And that's something I say all the names a lot so that you can Google it on your own time if you want. If I never see you again and you remember one thing, and that's some stretch that you can use in the future, I hope you have the names because I told you what they are called. All right. We're bringing this leg across the body here, and we're trying to stick this leg directly behind us. If you're having difficulty keeping that leg behind you, keep your chest really low. The lower your chest, the straighter your body, the less stretch you're going to feel on that hip, and the easier it will be to get into. So you don't have to look at me. You can just keep your chest really low like this. All right. Next, we're going to bring the chest as low to the ground as possible and keep the hips as low as possible. And I'm going to spin around so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, man. I'm glad the floor is clean and not sticky because that would have hurt. Okay. We're going to hold this position for 30 seconds. And that is the whole stretch. I want you to really feel it in this outer glute area, possibly the inner hip. I want you to try your best to push this leg, this ankle away from your body. All right. Hang out, relax, take a nice big deep breath. Make sure you're feeling the stretch the whole time. And 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. We got one last stretch, and then we are done with all the stretches. It's time for the side splits. Okay. We just did the left leg, or I did the left leg. Whatever leg you did, switch to the opposite one, and we will be ready for some side splits. I'm going to do the pigeon again on this side. Remember, we're bringing the leg directly perpendicular across the body. So, across. Bring the chest and the hips down. Feel that stretch in the outer glute along the outside. And let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. Remember to breathe. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. If you got comfortable in that pigeon, try to take a deep breath and then move to a slightly different position and see if you can bring your chest even lower. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, come on up out of that stretch. And the pigeon is one of those stretches where I say this all the time that I feel like I should do it more because it's like intense yet relaxing all at the same time, and I don't do it enough. So I hope you'll consider trying a couple of fun stretches for fun at other times. All right. Oh, it's time. We are getting into the fifth and final stretch. It's time to do some side splits. Asud asks, "Man, where are you from?" From the U.S. I hope you're asking me because I see that there's a whole bunch of conversations I can't understand. That's it. Let's get into some side splits. Before we begin, I recommend you get really close to a wall. And the reason for that is because if we're in a deep position and you lose balance, I want you to be able to lean into the wall and have it catch you. I don't want you to fall backwards. Okay. So what I recommend is you get one step away from the wall. And if you open up your legs and you point your butt back, you can just barely touch the wall. You're probably in a good spot. Okay. So from there, open up those legs nice and wide. When it is uncomfortable in the hips, right here, fold, put your hands down like you're going to do a push up. And while your weight is in your hands doing the push up, I want you to externally rotate the legs. What that means is I want your heels down, your toes up, and your knees pointing up. Okay. And I want you to do it on both sides. Toes up, knees up, heel is down. Walk your hands back towards your hips so that all of your body weight is right over your legs, and I'll help you get into the deepest stretch that you can get into. Oh, if you feel like you can still get a little bit deeper, I want you to try to wiggle from side to side and see if maybe it's just a little bit of friction holding your feet back from slipping further away. Once you're stuck, you can't get any further. It's time to start our 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, crawl your hands forward, pull your legs together, come on out of that side split position, and come back up into standing. Oh, take a nice deep breath. Congratulations. We just did our first one. We're doing 3 in total. Now we get to take a little bit of a break in between, but it's not a super easy break. We got to move, we got to shake, we got to help our body relax. After doing the side split, all of our muscles are going, and they're all clenched up and tight. So we need to shake those muscles out, help them relax. Use your hands to support your body weight to help you. They're tense. Your legs are obviously tense. So shake, kick, flop around, make them relax. And once you feel like your legs are kind of normal again, we'll do some quick checks. First thing, we'll do some hip circles. And doesn't matter, you don't have to do them both directions if you don't want to. I feel a stretch here in the front of the hips, so I point it out every time. Do some knee raises real quick, just to make sure your hip flexors are working. Pop into some mini squats to make sure your knees and ankles are good. Kick yourself in the butt for fun. And once you've confirmed all of those things work, everything is comfortable, let's get back into round 2 of these side splits. Same thing, if you are really close to a wall, you can't fall backwards and get hurt, all right? So stand one step in front of the wall, and you should be extra safe. All right, let's open up those legs until it gets uncomfortable here in the hips. Fold forward, put your hands down like you're doing a push-up. Because your body weight is now in your arms, it's easier to externally rotate the legs so that your heels are down, your toes are up, and your knees are pointing up. Do that on both sides. Now walk your hands back towards your hips as much as possible. If it's too difficult to walk your hands back, you can always stop there and work on the stretch from wherever you got stuck. That is totally okay. But if you can, walk your hands back towards your hips, do a little wiggle from side to side, see if you can open up the hips even further. And once you're totally stuck, it's time for our 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27. If this whole time you have been doing these stretches with your elbows completely straight and locked out, experiment with bending your elbows. You'll suddenly notice so much more weight is in your legs. Whew. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, crawl forward, bring your hands forward, pull your legs together, and come back into standing. Oh, okay, that was round 2. Oh, you might notice your legs are a little bit more tired, and that's okay. That's normal. What we gotta do now is shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle out your hands. Wiggle out your legs. Shake, 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 shake. Shake, 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 shake. I know it looks a little funny. What we're doing is forcing our legs to loosen up and to relax. The only way for your ankle to flop around like this as fast as it does, or your leg to go from side to side like a floppy fish or something, is if your muscles are relaxing. And we need them to relax so that we can make them work really hard later. Okay? That is round 2. And if your muscles are feeling normal again, let's do our quick checks. Hip circles, real quick. Knee raises, make sure your hips are working. Some mini squats to make sure your ankles, toes, and knees are working. Kick yourself in the butt for fun. And with that, we are done with 2 rounds of side splits. The Skin Effect asks, I'm at work. What is your schedule? I usually do this at this time every single day. And it's a bit of a bummer that you're at work, so this schedule doesn't work well for you. But in like a month's time, I will be traveling to a new country, so it's possible that our time zones may change, and there might be a future time. Your name is the Skin Effect. I'll try to write it down and let you know if something changes. But we do 3 p.m. Eastern on weekends, and we do 3 p.m. Eastern all the time at the moment, and that is 12 p.m. Pacific. That's 9 p.m. Central European summertime. I don't know if it's still summertime. And yeah. All right. Tyler says, I can't go that low. That is okay. It's taken me a really long time to get this low. I've been doing this for like a year, and it comes nice and slowly. And that's why we practice consistency, right? We talk about consistency all the time because You don't have to work that hard on a daily basis, but if you put in a little bit of effort every single day and you make it more fun to show up every single day, you want to do something every single day, makes it much easier to slowly pile on the progress that helps you get into the deep side split. All right. On that note, if you're having fun, if you're enjoying, if you're really proud of yourself for doing the work that you just did to get into the side split, do all that stretching, I hope you'll consider hitting follow, hit subscribe, because we do this every single day and you want to get notified to keep coming back so you can keep practicing and practicing consistency so you can get those side splits. And hopefully we can make some friends and have some good vibes along the way. All right, round 3. Let's wrap up for today. Same thing. If you are a little more new to this and you might lose your balance, get really close to a wall. Maybe one step in front of the wall. Open up those legs. Oh, and the reason why we're in front of the wall is because if you lose balance, you start falling backwards. This is the Matrix. You might be too young for the Matrix, but if you fall into the wall will keep you safe. All right. Open up those legs nice and wide and till it's uncomfortable at the hips. Fold at the hips. Put your hands down like you're doing a push up with your body weight in your hands. Makes it easier to externally rotate the legs. What that means is your heel is down, your toes are up, and your knees are up. We're rotating the leg outwards. All right. We're going to do that on both sides at the same time. Then we're going to walk our hands back. And your feet should slowly slip out into a position that it is able to handle. Whew. From here, you want to walk your hands all the way back to your hips. And that helps you put as much of your body weight right above your legs as possible and helps you get into the deepest stretch that you can get into. Sometimes your feet are sticky. Sometimes your floor isn't so clean, so it's a little grippy. So do a wiggle from side to side and see if you can break that friction and get deeper into the side split. Oh man. Okay, I might have gone too deep. It is tingly. Okay. And once you're completely stuck, you can't get any deeper. Your legs are tingling. It's time to start our last and final 30 seconds of side split. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Again, experiment with bending your elbows. It will put way more weight into your legs. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, we're done. Crawl your hands forward, those push-up hands from earlier, and bring your legs together. Come back into standing. Oh, wow. We are done. We're done with the stretching part, but now we got to make sure the body works so that you can go back to whatever you were doing and be functional when you get there. Shake out those legs. Shake, 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 shake out the arms. Your arms didn't work as hard, so it should be a little bit easier to just flop them around, let them be loose and hang. Shake out the leg. Shake, 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 shake. Your ankle is moving. Your knee is moving. Doing some weird wiggles. As long as your leg is relaxed, it will flap around like a fish. And that is what we want. We want the muscles to relax. We want them to be normal again and not from the stretch. All right, last test. Do the quick hip circles. Oh, my hips aren't super tight today. Okay, nice. Do some mini squats. Make sure your knees and ankles are working. Some knee raises. Make sure those are working. Kick yourself in the butt for fun. And if all those little checks are working out just fine for you, then that means we are done with the side splits for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in. I hope you had a lot of fun. I hope you feel proud about the hard work that you put in. And Two Line W says, "What happened to all the likes?" I'm sorry, man. You left and the likes just disappeared. So it's hard to keep that momentum that you keep going without you. I'm sorry. Snowy Edit says that was cool. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out, and I hope you had fun. I hope you felt accomplished because you tried to do something maybe that you haven't tried before, and I hope you enjoyed the live. Yeah, we do this every single day to practice consistency because at the end of the day, doing one workout isn't going to change much. You got to keep it up. And I don't want that to sound discouraging. I want that to remind you that if you can find ways to make exercise fun, to make it more enjoyable, that you should go pursue those things. You don't have to do, the side splits video every single day if you don't want to. If you enjoy hiking and you can find every excuse to go hiking, then that's perfect. But I do the splits. I would love it if you came back and you joined us for more side splits. We do this every day for about 30. I think today's run to 45 minutes already, man. The last couple I've run a little bit long, but we've done a lot of explaining. We've done a lot of hanging out and talking to people. So if that's fun for you, if you enjoy the good vibes, please consider following, subscribing, coming back. We do this every single day. All right. Lulu says, enjoyed the session. Thank you. Thank you for coming. And thank you for letting me know that you enjoyed it. I appreciate it. Okay. I think that is everything that I need to respond to for today. So with that, I am out of here. Thank you for coming. I hope you had fun and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye bye.